What is up, everyone? Oscar here with a new video. Before I get into it, though, I'd like to remind you guys to like this video, subscribe, and share, and turn on post notifications so that way you know when I drop a new video on Anchor and on YouTube. And if you guys don't know what Anchor is a podcasting algorithm where if you're looking to start podcasting and you don't like YouTube, or if you just want it to be an audio, Anchor is the way to go. It is simple to use. They will give you the tools necessary to record, and also you don't need to worry about distributing your podcast because they will do it for you. They will put it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast algorithm you can think of. They will distribute that for you. But that is my advertisement for Anchor. I want to thank Anchor for letting me post some of my episodes on your platform. So let's get into it, guys. So this is going to be part 3 of my Oscar's Access Technology tools. And today I will be talking about how I use my computer, PC. Also, I'll get into a little bit of how I used my Mac with Apple with VoiceOver. So the remaining videos is this one, and then I will be posting. I'll be wrapping up my series today. It was a quick series, but I'm also, after getting some feedback yesterday, I'm going to do a part 2 of my Braille Note Touch and presenting that stuff, just because there was some misinformation there. I appreciate the person that let me know about my misinformation. So I'll be talking more about the Braille Note Touch, Humanware products, or anything, Braille displays. That's what they're really called, Braille displays and stuff like that. And also we'll talk more about Braille, because again, I had some misinformation about Louis Braille, but I'll post a lot of content today. Maybe, just maybe, if I can get a hold of Naeem, because he's a little busy himself as well, we'll do his finish up No Nonsense top 10 moments for season 1. But that's what's going to be filmed today. And then I'll think of new ways or new things to post. Trying to rack my brain on what I can talk about more technology wise. Still working out those details. As I stated yesterday in my update video with No Nonsense in my channel as well, check those videos out, because we do advertise season 2. I now own the Tech Talk episodes, and so anything related to tech will be now on my channel, not on No Nonsense. So if you guys are tech people like I am, you are definitely welcome to drop a comment. Also, I'll be posting my email in the channel description. So if you guys want to reach out to me via email, if you guys want to talk tech, you guys can definitely also let me know. But anyways, back to this video. So, you are probably wondering, if I have a laptop, how do I use it? And I'm going to show you guys. Let me set it up, just because I have it in a case, because my desk is kind of smallish and I need my desk for a lot of things. So I have it in its laptop case, and I want to show you guys how how it does when it turns on, what it says when it's turned on, stuff like that. So let me get that set up, and just bear with me for a few seconds. So I literally just took out my laptop from from its case, and I'm about to flip it open. And I hope that it's some kind of charged, just because my laptop is interesting. So I just powered it on, and it's gonna take a few minutes to warm up. So the different program or the So the program that I use is something called JAWS. It is a screen reading software. The version that I have is 2000 and when did I get this laptop? 2017. So I think it's version 18. I'll gladly check that out just to make sure. And this is made from JAWS is so how you get JAWS is through Freedom Scientific. They recently went through a name change, and because they added more services to their screen reading services. So I don't know what their actual name is now. I know them as Freedom Scientific because I am a JAWS user I've been using JAWS for more than 10 years. And the way I learned how to use a computer, I started when I was just in 3rd grade. I was 9 years old, and the school system, I'll give them credit where credit is due. They teach me what they can. And this was one of the techniques. They taught me how to type using a talking typing teacher tool, which is something that will help blind individuals learn how to type without seeing the keyboard, because we really can't see the keyboard. So I started learning with that. I learned how to type. Oh, there you go. It's warmed up, but it's kind of slow, so I'm gonna let JAWS warm up just a tad more, just because when JAWS does turn on and I try to do things really quickly, like once it runs, it's still kind of slow, so I'll let it sit there for a few minutes, and I'll start talking. But I want to let you guys know what I how I ended up learning how to use the computer. So okay, stop. Okay, so that's how I learned how to use the keyboard through, and it was an old desktop. So I wasn't introduced to JAWS for immediately. I was taught how to type using the talking typing teacher, and then here and there, I learned about JAWS, learned how to you do Word documents. Stop. Let me see, what else did I learn? I think I taught myself how to browse the internet. Yeah, I actually did. I actually learned how to type use the internet by myself. And then just like little skills here and there, just how to do Word documents properly. And then browse the internet. But the peak of my learning, came when I was in 8th grade. I had this vision teacher who, she was like, look, your skills are great, don't get me wrong, but you really, really need to learn how to, you do PowerPoint, Excel, use Word properly, browse the internet properly, how to get things from the browsers. And, I was like, I'm like, I can rely on my Braille note. The Braille displays that I had, because I did have other Braille displays at the time as well. She was like, no, you need to learn how to use JAWS, because when you're in the workplace, that having Braille displays is great, but you're most likely going to use a computer as well. So you need to learn how to use screen reading software. And I was like kicking and screaming. I was like, why? Blah, blah, blah. And You know, it was funny because I actually tried to pull the my mom has me sheltered card, because again my family would have me sheltered. If you guys don't know that story, hop on to No Nonsense. I'll put the link to that description of the link to that channel in the description below, because I do talk in depth about that. But she was like, no, your family would appreciate this. So she tried to, like, again, get my email. Like, she was trying to convince me to get an email. You know, I was like, no, I don't need an email. You know, I'm always a face to face, kind of person. And she was like, no, you need an email. If you need to send your assignments via email, just in case anything were to happen, in case you can't give them a printed version, or you can't give them like your USB drive, which is, thumb drive or SD card or what have you. You need to learn. So then I finally, gave in, got the, I even, I went to mommy and said, hey mom, do you mind if I open create an email account? She was like, yeah, go ahead. Just make sure, just be careful. Well, I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I'm just going to use it for school anyway. So then, she taught me the basics of, how to set up an email with JAWS and stuff like that. And then little by little, again, she taught me how to use PowerPoint. Excel was interesting. I'll get into how I learned. I learned Excel later on, like much, much later. I don't know. Again, No Nonsense. Check that video out, just because again, I learned more and more. Even though I learned in high school how to use the computer, I didn't really know how to do Excel and PowerPoint correctly either. But I attribute that to, again, the school system, taught me what they could. But, my peak was when I went to VRC BVI, which literally taught me everything now that I know. So, that's a little bit about, how I learned how to use, all this, the Microsoft tools, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Unfortunately, Access is not accessible with JAWS. It is not accessible with JAWS. And if it is, JAWS reacts very, very slowly with it. I remember, for an assignment in college, I was trying to do it independently, but I really, really needed to rely on a reader scribe, which is a reader, to do the heavy lifting for that, just because JAWS just wasn't reading it, or it's not accessible. So, that's something unfortunate, that, all PowerPoint, Excel, Word is accessible, but Access is not. So, I think I'm done talking for the time being. Let me, sit down, and I will show you guys what I can do with JAWS. Come on. There we go. Oh, let me sit down. I forgot to get my chair.
Skype.
Alright, so I'm now getting ready to type, and I just want to make sure that no other applications are open, so I'll use Alt-Tab to see what JAWS tells me. Come on.
Alt-Tab. Loading Microsoft Teams.
Okay, so you see the Microsoft Teams is open, so I need to close that out.
Alt F4.
Let me see. Any other apps?
Escape. Alt-Tab. JAWS Alt-Tab. Skype. Skype. Alt F4. Alt-Tab. JAWS Alt-Tab. Alt-Tab. JAWS Music.
Okay, so if you don't hear anything else, like, when you heard Microsoft Team and Skype being opened, those are apps that, probably, even though as much as I tried to shut down, I couldn't, because for some reason it pops up on my startup window. But usually, again, when my computer starts up, you will hear Jaws say, Jaws, I think, home use, I think it says. Let me see here.
Alt tab. JAWS Home Use.
Yeah, Jaws Home Use, or Jaws Home Use Edition. So there are different types of the Jaws program. Um, the two the main ones that I've worked with is Jaws Professional and Jaws Home Use. I believe, and I learned this in school, that so there are, there's an enterprise version, a home version, and a professional version. The professional version, I hear is a lot better than home use, than anything else. But you know, I have the home use just because they give me what they give me. The Department for the Blind that here in Virginia gives me what they give me. They gave me the home use version. I know Naeem has the professional version, and if because this is kind of Jaws is kind of pricey. um I believe, even though they may have changed their prices now, but to my recollection, I think there were the licenses to install the home use or the professional or whatever other versions, it was $1,000. It may have gone down in price, so correct me if I'm wrong if you watch this video. But if you're not wanting to pay that $1,000 or whatever, there is a free there is a free version. It is a trial version, and if you're only gonna be on the computer for 40 minutes and you need JAWS, that's an option. It'll run for 40 minutes, but then after the 40 minutes, you're gonna have to restart your computer so that way, you can you just need to restart your computer so that way it won't stop running on you. But that is an option. I remember when I first got my first laptop, which was a Windows 8 computer, but that I didn't like that JAWS version, just because, again, I wasn't a fan of the free trial. JAWS 14 was kind of wacky as well, because I remember that was the version I installed. But anyways, so I have the home version. I don't know what the differences between home and professional are. I would need to double check that, because I learned that home, professional, enterprise in school is something to deal with technology, but I want to make sure that is the same for JAWS as well. I don't want to give some misinformation, but I'll check that out. So I will show you guys the different features that I use with JAWS. So to go to the menus that I want to search for, I just hit the Alt button, or sorry, the Windows button. Cortana.
JAWS Home Use. Search box edit. Type in text.
So here, obviously, if you're using, Windows, you can, search the different apps that you need to pull up. So say that I need to go to where my files are. So I will type the first so it's under File Manager, I think it's called. Let me see here.
F. File Explorer.
Oh, File Explorer, that's what it's called. So that's where I store all my files, where I work on my computer. So enter.
File Explorer. Items view multi-select list box. Frequent folders expanded. Not selected desktop.
So say that I need to, I want something, if I have something in my downloads folder or in different folders. So usually, if you have, people who have sight, use mouse and stuff like that. But unfortunately, the blind individuals do not use the mouse. That is something. Listen to me carefully, what I just said. Blind people cannot use the mouse. So we have to rely on our keyboard strokes to get to the different, files or folders that we need. So I'm going to show you some keystrokes to get to the different folders. So the keystroke that I'm going to use is Shift Tab to get out of this folder because I'm currently in, my documents.
Shift tab. Tree view. Level 0. Quick access open 8 items.
So now I'm here where it says a tree view where all of my folders are stored. So let me show you. Let me see.
Level 1. Downloads pin not checked. Documents pin not checked. Pictures VRD encomienda. Pictures document downloads pin not checked.
So I said something about downloads. So if I need something from my downloads folder, I would do is enter. And it's selected. Unfortunately, JAWS will not tell me that it's selected, so to make sure that I'm in it, I would press the tab button.
Tab. Shell folder view. Items view multi-select list box. Not selected setup. Setup. Zoom in Skype 8. ESER. Cisco Web. Faculty Note. Faculty GT Spring 2000.
So you see there the different files that I have here in my downloads folder, and if I needed something from that downloads folder, I would just need to just Shift Tab, and let me show you keystrokes that I would use when I would be surfing the web.
Alt F4.
So let me close this up.
Muse.
So to close out an application or exit out of an application, and just in case you won't need that in use, so that way your Windows pop-up won't, if you're trying to get to something real quick and you want to close this Windows out, the JAWS key command is Alt F4. So what did I say? I wanted to do browser. So I use Google Chrome. I have Internet Explorer and Google Chrome. Internet Explorer is an old browser. So the recommended browsers are Firefox and Chrome, and I use Chrome.
Search box.
So I went back to the search box, and I'm gonna type in CH.
Google Chrome.
And when I type CH, Google Chrome is the first option. So I'll hit enter to select.
Enter. Untitled Google Chrome. Search edit combo. To set the value, use the arrow keys or text.
So say that I don't want to, say that I need to get to the address bar, and I want to search, a URL or a website, and I don't want to, search it by Google. All I would do is hit Alt-D, that's another keystroke to get to the address bar.
D, address and search bar edit. HTTPS.
And to make sure, so I don't want to, mess up the address, the URL that's here. So just to make sure that it's cleared out, I would hit backspace. Okay, so now everything is deleted. And I apologize, my dog is barking, so if you hear, microphone, again, my room is not really all that soundproof. This house really isn't soundproof, so I apologize. So, say I want to go to Gmail. So I would type
www.gmail.com. Enter. Selected. Gmail.com.
So I typed in www.gmail.com.
Search option.
So then after I finish typing the URL or the address that I want to go to, I would just press enter.
Table with 4 columns and 50 rows.
Okay. So I really need to learn to log out of my Gmail account, just because, again, I don't want to get hacked, but for all intents and purposes. So different keystrokes, so say that I need to, if I want to go to a certain link, the keystroke to, just make sure that I'm navigating by links, because you can navigate through, hold on, let me check my battery power.
Battery level, low. Battery 27.
Okay, let me plug in my computer. I should have checked this. It's just going to take 5 seconds. Okay. So to check if my battery is low, because I forgot to mention that. So if I feel like the laptop needs to be charged and I don't pay attention and just tells me your battery is low, and if I want to see after a few minutes what my battery life is going to be like, the keystroke for that would be Shift. Let me see here.
Tab. Back button menu.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Shift. Oh, there we go. Shift, caps lock, and the letter B on the keyboard.
AC connected. Recharging battery. Battery level low. Battery 26%.
Okay. So there you see that, I plugged in, you can see that I plugged in my AC adapter. It says here that it's charging. So back to what I was saying.
Escape. Glenn Sanders.
Okay. So if I want to go to my messages in the Gmail, web browser, I need to get to where the messages are, and that's, in a form of a table. So the keystroke for that is I would need to make sure that my, what is it called? HTML setting is set, and it is set, but I don't want to I don't know how to get there when it's not set, but the keystroke that I would want to get to the table is the letter T.
Wrapping to top. Table with 4 columns and 50.
And in that table, it will show the different emails that I have here. But say that I want to go to a heading. I would just press the letter H.
Wrapping to top.
Oh.
Account options heading level 2. Gmail by Google heading level. Folders heading level 2. Inbox 3 all die heading level. Spam 36 heading level. Contacts heading level 3. Labels heading level 2. Image trash 60.
See? So you just need to press H for headings. And then if I need to search things link by link, the keystroke that I could do is Insert, which is in this case my caps lock.
Links list dialog.
F7.
Links list view.
So insert F7. There you see. So that'll if I need to navigate by links, this is the easiest way to do it. And I can
Deleted mess. Image trash 63. Image trash. Graphic 900's Gmail trash. Trash. All mail. Trash. Sent mail. Star.
Okay.
Escape.
Say that I also need to navigate things by buttons. The keystroke for that is B.
Archive button. Report spam button. Delete button. Go button. Archive button.
See? So I just need to press B. I just need to exit out of that links list dialog, or the link setting where I can just navigate by links. What else can I show you guys? Let me see here. Oh, so if I'm doing, so say that I'm doing like homework or something, and I need to have a Word document and the web and Chrome open. So all I would do is hit the search bar.
Search box edit. Type in text.
File.
File Explorer.
Open the File Explorer.
File Explorer. Items view list box. VRD. Recent NFBPWC members list. Capture 0. Capture. I've truly won our VTS 0. No nonsense. Oscar cover letter. Oscar resumed. Attachments. Cert. Oscar resumed. Oscar resumed template revision 2.2.
So I'm gonna use my say that I need to get something for my resume, but I also need to look something up in my browser as well in Chrome. So for this demonstration, it's gonna be the Gmail app.
Enter.
So
Opening Word.
I opened the
Opening Word
Microsoft Word or the Word,
licensed product.
whatever.
Blank. Word unlicensed. Blank. Tab. Get blank. Escape. Office has been updated. Tab.
Come on.
Tab. No open document. Tab. Escape. Tab.
Okay, so I opened this document. Unfortunately, it's not corresponding. I don't know why, but say that I need to switch between the two different, between Google Chrome and Word documents. So the keystroke for that is Alt Tab.
Alt Tab. File Explorer. Alt Tab. Gmail inbox. Google Chrome.
So
Gmail
Alt Tab will
inbox,
get me
Google
through the
Chrome.
different,
Archive
windows
button.
quicker
Alt
instead of.
Tab. Word unlicensed. Alt Tab. File Alt Tab. JAWS Home Mute. Alt Tab. Gmail inbox. Google Chrome.
Okay, so that is another keystroke that, if I need to switch between programs, I can do that with Alt Tab. So you're wondering, what do I need to do? Because I don't want all these windows to be open when I restart or when I start up my computer again. So again, the key command for that is Alt F4.
Alt F4. Word unlicensed product. No open document. Alt F4. File Explorer. Items view multi-select. Alt F4. JAWS Home Mute space.
And to make sure no other applications are opened, I would press Alt Tab,
Alt Tab. JAWS Home Mute. Alt Tab.
only JAWS.
Alt Tab. Alt Tab.
Alright, so there you see there that only my JAWS windows is shown, and I don't mind that being open just because I need that to be popped up on the startup window whenever I start up my computer. So this is my demonstration, guys, of what I use my computer for. So, I guess I can use the mic here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So, as I mentioned before, JAWS, the license is $1,000 or was. Again, I need to double check on the prices because I heard that they may have changed now. But I did wanted to compare what Apple products does as well, and what other options. If you're not looking to pay the $1,000 for JAWS, there are different options. NVDA is one of them. I don't use NVDA. I tried using it when I was, let me see here. So I was taking a class in college and I needed it, and the virtual machines, when you install virtual machines, unfortunately JAWS does not work inside of them, inside the virtual machines when you install them. So I needed a screen reader within the virtual machines for them to work. So I used NVDA. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to successfully, do a lot of assignments within the virtual machine just because I never understood how to. But, maybe that is something that I need to get a hang of if I'm going to be doing cybersecurity, because that's all about, protecting, certain things. But, I'll get into that when I'm allowed to. But, NVDA is a free option. If you have a Mac and you're wondering what you can use for Mac, is the voiceover feature, because Mac, is Apple run, and any Apple products should have voiceover. I used both at one point. I used both Windows and Mac. So unfortunately, Windows does not work well with Mac, and I had to use TextEdit and all those other, let me see what, Numbers, Pages, Keynote. I'm not a big fan of those, applications for Apple, just because, never understood how to work those. Very complicated for me to learn. So I always preferred, if I needed to write up documents like, Excel, PowerPoint, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, I would just use those instead of, Keynote, Pages, and Numbers, just because that is my preference. But, if you're, again, looking for the free option, and if you have a Mac, you definitely could use VoiceOver in those applications, even though I'm not a big fan of them. I know certain people are, certain people are not. It just depends on preference. But I just forwent I used my Mac here and there, if I needed to, do different notes. I remember I actually had to do a coding I did a coding camp, and the only technology I had available to me was the Mac. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I am not a fan of doing coding work with the Mac, just because I never understood how to do it, and I struggled throughout the week. And my friend who Naeem actually did that coding camp with me at that time, and I was so upset with him because he had a Windows, he had JAWS and a Windows computer. He had the Microsoft Surface, and it was just easy for him, just because I had trouble with the Mac. I never understood how to code with the Mac, because TextEdit is something different than Notepad. But I'm so excited now. I actually joined another web development program that's going to be a 10-week course. And I get to build my own website with this course, and I'm excited to try out, if Notepad is better than TextEdit. And if I have an issue with Notepad doing it, then that means that I really, really don't understand how to do websites. But that's enough about that. If you guys want to hear more about that, and you want to see me do my project, I just need to clarify the rules on that. Just to make sure that the school is or the instructors is okay. If you're wondering how I would code and stuff like that, but I'll definitely ask the instructor if I'm allowed to do that. If you guys are curious on how a blind person does coding and stuff like that, which I think is really cool in itself. But allow me to double check on the rules on that, and I will let you guys. I will definitely let you guys know if that is possible, because I am actually in the midst. I got an assignment, even though it's an audit course. I'm not in the in-person course. I'm doing this via Google Drive and stuff like that. But it would be really cool for me to show you guys how I would do coding with JAWS and stuff like that. But again, let me double check. But yeah, guys, this will do it for my PC demonstration / Mac demonstration. Again, there are different if you are a blind individual that is looking to for different screen readers, JAWS is a good one. I prefer it just because I grew up with it. So I learned how to use that through many years. NVDA I've tried here and there, but I think it's definitely people's preference. The only difference is that NVDA is free of charge. You can download it freely if you're looking for a free option and you're not willing to pay what the JAWS price is for Windows. For Windows as well. But if you also have a Mac, you can you don't have to worry about installing screen reading software. You have VoiceOver available to you. So yeah, guys, that'll do it for my demonstration. Again, like this video, share, subscribe. I will see you guys here next time. I may drop my how I use my PS4 video later today. I would just need to double check on my schedule, because again, I do need to work on my project and other tasks for my classes. But I will definitely let you guys know what I do. So until then, guys, see you next time.